IG motor replacement. Warning: before the system components are taken apart, ensure the main power is completely turned off, disconnected and locked, and isolate the IG circulation water. Caution: it is recommended that safety glasses are worn. Warning: all local safety codes must be followed. Step 1. Remove IG motor. 1. Use a Phillips No. 2 screwdriver to remove all 3 M4 screws on the IG belt guard top cover. Lift off the belt guard top cover. 2. Reduce the tension from the 3 IG belts using the 9/16 wrench on the 4 nuts on the inside of the agitator motor base. Remove the IG belts. 3. Loosen the set screw on bushing using a 3 32" hex key. 4. Using a 5 32" hex key, remove 3 No. 10 socket head screws on the bushing on the motor. 5. Screw these socket head screws in the 3 threaded holes on the bushing. This helps remove the bushing from the pulley. Once these screws have been tightened into the bushing, remove the bushing from the pulley. It may be necessary to split the bushing using a chisel and a hammer in the crack that is provided by the manufacturer. 6. Remove bushing and pulley. Please note that the pulley is referred to by manufacturers as a sheave, and this term may be found in manuals. 7. To access the motor electrical wiring, remove the 4 screws that hold the cover plate onto the electrical box using a Phillips No. 2 screwdriver. Note order of leads to assist in reconnection with new motor. 8. Disconnect the ground connector using a Phillips No. 3 screwdriver. 9. Remove the wire nuts to release the power leads to the motor winding wires. 10. Unscrew the cables or conduit fastener and remove. 11. Unscrew the 4 mounting nuts holding the motor to the IG tube whilst a second person holds the motor. 2 people are recommended as it is quite heavy and very awkward in that it hangs over the equipment. Remove motor. Step 2. Install new IG motor. 1. Slide new motor onto posts. 2. Put flat washer on each post followed by 3/8 nut. Only hand tighten these nuts as the motor will be adjusted once the belts are in place to ensure correct tension on belts. 3. Remove key supply with new motor. 4. Apply a small amount of grease on motor shaft. 5. Put bushing into top of pulley. When reinstalling the pulley, there is a top and bottom of the pulley. On the top side, the threaded holes are actually flush to one side only. On the bottom side, the threaded marks cannot be seen. 6. Place the 3 No. 10 socket head screws through the non-threaded holes on the bushing, then screw into the threaded holes on the pulley to hold pulley and bushing together. Leave quite a large gap and do not tighten them all the way. The purpose of this is during installation, the bushing might need to be split using a screwdriver in order to apply it to the motor shaft. There should still be movement in the bushing itself. 7. Push pulley and bushing onto motor shaft. Ensure keyway on bushing is lined up with the keyway on motor shaft. 8. Hit with rubber mallet until approximately 5/16" 8 mm of shaft is coming through bushing. Be careful not to damage the actual end of the shaft. 9. Install the key supplied with the motor. Slide it from the top and, if necessary, tap it in with a rubber mallet. 10. Install the small set screw supplied with the hardware kit. Be sure not to over-tighten the set screw. 11. Align motor pulley with shaft pulley. Use a straight edge and ensure they are level on both sides. 12. Tighten the 3 number 10 socket head screws using a torque wrench set to 5 feet per pound. 13. Replace belts over the pulleys and into the grooves without forcing them over the sides of the grooves. If one belt needs replacing, it is best practice to replace all 3 belts. Arrange the belts so that the top and bottom spans have about the same sag. Adjust tension using the 9/16 inch wrench on all 8 nuts on the agitator motor base. Motor should be parallel with IG. A slight bowing of the slack side of the drive indicates proper tension. Alternatively, use a belt deflection gauge giving a deflection force of 0.167 inches. 14. Replace belt guard cover. 15. Remove electrical box plate cover by unscrewing the exact same 4 mounting screws as when removing from the original motor. A certified electrician should connect the motor. 16. Reconnect the cables, conduit fastening. 17. By use of the supply diagram on the inside cover of the motor, determine which wire numbers go where and connect. 18. The motor can be wired for 2 voltages, high or low. Please refer to Sunwell Electrical Drawing to determine if it is high or low voltage. 19. Connect the ground wire to the given ground terminal. 20. Close electrical box. 21. Remove lock and turn on power. 22. With 2 people, perform a quick start and check rotation. If rotation is incorrect, as shown on the actual diagram of the unit itself, quickly turn off the system and change the 2 phases. If the belts squeal as the motor starts or at some subsequent peak load, they are not tight enough to deliver the torque demanded by the drive machine. The motor should be stopped and the belts tightened. Please note that after a few days of operation, the belts will seat themselves in the pulley grooves, and it may become necessary to readjust so that the drive again shows a slight bow in the slack side.